that this is gospel. The Lord laid on him the iniquity of us all. So I can say, okay, then how do you do it? So Solomon says that if you look at the chapter 12 and how he tells you how to do it. Let's go back. Okay, every time, this is a Paul Timothy's method, okay? And, he is a very active man. He is a very busy man. And he told me one time that every time he reads a book, he reads the first sentence and last sentence, okay? And then he does well. So this is wisdom of Paul Timothy. Okay? What's your major?
Broadcast journalism.
Okay. So if you are major, then read the first sentence and last sentence, okay? So I used the approach and I learned from a lot, okay? So I'll do the same thing. Okay, first the meaningless, and then the last verses, 2 verses, comes like this. Verse 13, chapter 12, verse 13. Now all has been heard. Here is the conclusion of the matter. This is the point, okay? So I want to listen to you this point. This is the wisdom of Solomon that he accumulated for his lifetime. It says like this. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God will bring every deed into judgment, including every hidden thing, whether it is good or evil. This is it. So Solomon says very clearly, hey, this is your life. Your life is what? It's not going after 4 P's, but you have a duty. What duty? Do you like duty? It's like, when I think of duty, I think of chores, okay? To vacuum, clean the house or something like that, okay? My sons are very familiar with duties because I gave them some duties, okay? And I have to pay them a lot, Every vacuum I have to pay $1, okay? But God doesn't pay you, okay? But the whole duty is what? Fear God. Fear God. And keep his commandments. This, when you read it, you don't like it because you don't want to fear anyone, right? You want to keep track of regulations. I don't like to keep them. I want to break them. But he says, the wrath of God will bring every deed into judgment. There's God. There is God. And he will have an interview, with you, sit down one time, okay? When you die, or before you die or something. He will say, I know everything in your life. And he will stand an account with you. Because I gave you life. And then I made you beautiful. And I put the eternity in your heart. And what have you done? Then what will you answer? I said, okay, you gave me $10 and I made $100. Right? That can be good. But most people will say, you gave me $10 and I spent them all. And then I got a debt of $250 or something like that. That's the most people say. Then how do you do this? Fear God and keep commandments. Okay, so let's look at it. So let's look at the fear God and then keep commandments. Okay, and let's go next one. So there is always a tension between when you're wise. There's a 4P versus 2 R's. Okay, that's my life story there. So 4P, we talk about that, the pleasure, property, or power, possession, okay? And then 2 R's. If you look at chapter 12, they're there. Verse 1. Remember your Creator in the days of youth. And verse 6. Remember Him before the silver cord is severed, while the golden bowl is broken. before you fear God, you have to remember Him. Christian life is remembering God. Right? How to, it's remembering Jesus. Our focus, whole duty of life, is fear God and keep His commandments. And then how we can do it? The Bible offers us that we remember our Creator when we are young. And then we can do it. Remember the story of, at the end of Luke's Gospel, chapter 23, there's one sin. And, there are three crosses. And Jesus was in the middle, and there are two robbers. Robber 1, PT1 and PT2. Okay, Sammy or Sam, okay? So, if you look at the humanity, if you look at people, there are three kinds of people. There are only three kinds of people, right? The robber 1, robber 2, they are condemned people. They are the ones who squander everything. They God gave them something, they did something bad, terrible things, and then they have to receive God's judgment. So, God will bring judgment is that God will put everything on the cross. And there is one person in the middle who keep all his God's commandments and who feared God throughout his lifetime. Life is like that. Even God has to be on the cross. And there is one guy knew he has done wrong. And of course, Robert too knew what he was wrong. And then how they process is different. And then, the number one said, I've done wrong. I have to receive my punishment. And justly have to die. You know what I said? He said, Jesus, remember me. You know what Jesus said? I remember you. And there's another guy who has done the exactly same thing. But he was angry because, it was God's fault. Because God put me this house and this country, and then, he doesn't think about that. He didn't make any good choices. But God make us, each person, the free will and the free choice, and what you've done is your responsibility. And then he's become angry. And he cursed God, and people have to look at himself, and then he didn't want to remember the grace of Jesus. Remember God. How do you remember God? God is so great and so foreign, and you don't feel it, unless we go through the 4 P's, the rivers of 4 P's. You don't think about it, When you think about it, remember God. But Jesus said, I remember you. You've been paradise. This is the gospel. We all, like Shubha's gospel, we all have to receive God's judgment. But where's God? He is in the midst of your punishment. And He's there. And then He offers the solution. Hey, you can remember me. He said, Solomon says, profound statement. Remember your Creator in the days of youth. Remember Him before the silver cords are severed or the golden bowl is broken. He offers the grace of Jesus. That's why in 1 Corinthians chapter 10, whenever you do communion, what's the point of communion? is to remember Jesus on the cross. And we remember that he's coming back. Remember him. We cannot remember things, okay? And I'm the teacher, okay? I'm a preacher, you know? But I seriously took my life yesterday, and then I went through how many times I remember Jesus. Unless I write down on my hand or something, I remember Jesus, okay? I remember other things. I remember what my wife said. I remember what Jerry Park said. And I remember what I've done wrong. I don't remember Jesus. But remember him is our salvation. You remember him. And what does it mean that we fear God? And Psalm 130 says clearly that, you know, God is not like, you know, your nagging mom or, you know, like a, you know, frightful dad. But if you look at Psalm 130, let's look at Psalm 130. Verse 3. Start with verse 3. If you, O Lord, kept a record of things, O Lord, who can stand? This is universal truth. Nobody can stand God, because you will be on the right. Or you have choice. You can nail it on the right or left. That's what choice you have. Nobody can stand. If your Lord has kept a record of sins, O Lord, who can stand? Verse 4. But with you there is forgiveness. Therefore you are feared. It's kind of contradictory, you know. Why we have to fear God? Because there is a forgiveness. Fear is not just we are afraid of God. He's going to punish you, but we fear God because he forgave us. We look at God, imagine ourselves on the left or right side, either way, and it says, you hear the voice of God. I remember you. You are my son. I forgive all my sins because I'm in the middle. And then you remember him. And then you think about why. And then you say, wow. Then you begin to try to keep God's commands. Unless you are forgiven, unless you know the grace of Jesus. Whatever God tells you is like rather nagging you, don't do this, don't do that. Come home by 10 p.m., come home every Saturday. But when you know that God forgave you, then the Bible commands is different. God wants to be happy. God knows that you want to be joyful. God wants to be happy. God asks you and says, hey, I love you. And then if you do this, your quality of life will go up substantially high. So the way you listen and process the gospel is different. Solomon, at the end of his life, and he is trying to believe the gospel to you. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. I'm pretty sure that he did not keep all his commandments. Maybe his fear was tainted by his obligation and duty. And then he looked at God, who knows everything. But instead,